everybody. I hope you're all there. I've been missing you. So we're going to start today and we're going to sing Bread and Butter, Marmalade and Jam. So get your hands ready. We're going to do some clapping. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Ready? Hello! I have missed you guys. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as we did hi, now we'll do hello. Hello. One more. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Hello. Welcome everybody to our home. It's spring. We look outside the window and we think, is it spring? I hope you're seeing signs of spring. I have a book today and it has signs of spring in it. So it's called Spring Bullfrog Books. Spring is new. In spring, new things grow. Snow melts. Flowers poke up. Has anybody seen any flowers yet? I haven't. In spring, tree buds grow. Buds grow into blossoms. Apple blossoms are white. I have an apple tree in my yard. The birds are liking it, but I don't see any buds yet. In spring, robins make nest. They weave grass and twigs. Do you know what kind of bird that is? He's a red breast, and he's got his straw so he can come and weave it into his nest. That's called a robin. Yesterday I did see a robin hopping around outside, and he was shivering. He was so cold. Mama robins lay eggs. What color? They're beautiful. In spring, spiderlings hatch. They spin a silk string. They swing to a new home. In spring, lambs are born. Mama sheep feed them milk. In spring, days get longer. The sun sets later. Cal plays outside after supper, which you can do now too because it's nice and bright outside after supper. In spring, it is muddy. Jen walks to school and she wears boots. Now we can't walk to school right now, but at least we can go out and play in the puddles. In spring, it is windy. Shen flies a kite. Yesterday, you could have flown a kite. It was windy. What do you do in spring? Can you send me some ideas of what you do in spring? Or something that you've just been doing different while you've been home, and maybe we can share those online. That might be fun. Give each other some fun ideas. Okay, that was spring. Now we're going to do a finger play. Let's get your fingers ready, and we're going to do seeds. Tiny seeds planted just right in a bowl. Not a breath of air, not a ray of light. Rain falls slowly to and fro. And now the seed begins to grow, slowly reaching for the light. With all its energy, all its might, the little seed's work is almost done to grow up tall and face the sun. Do you want to do that again with me? Curl up your seeds. Tiny seeds planted just right. Not a breath of air, not a ray of light. Rain falls slowly to and fro, and now the seeds start to grow, slowly reaching for the light. With all its energy, all its might, the little seed's work is almost done to grow up tall and face the sun. Good job. Okay, I have another spring book. This is called Kitten Spring. Does anybody have a cat at home? We just have a dog. Looks like spring. I see the blue robin's eggs. Morning hums, kitten listens. Frog croaks, tadpole glistens. See the tadpole? And a tadpole turns into a, right, frog. Chickens clucks, chick scratches. Duck quacks, ducklings hatches. He looks very tired. I think it's a lot of work to break you out of an egg. Cow moos, calf winks. Can you wink with one eye? I didn't know a calf could do that either. Pig oinks, piglet drinks. Looks like our kitten's having a drink of milk too. Sheep buzz, lamb wobbles. Takes them a while to find their feet when they're first born. Owl screeches, owlet gobbles. Can you see what the owlet is eating? Does it look like a mouse? Evening whispers, moonlight beams. Everybody's going to sleep. Door opens. Kitten dreams. Can you see what the kitten's dreaming of? Fish. I think he'd like to eat some fish. Let's go back to this page. Let's look for some signs of spring. Maybe flowers. Somebody's planted some seeds that are growing. There's the seed packages. And if you peek outside the door, what do you see? Flowers growing. Take heart, spring is coming. Okay, we're gonna play a game, and it's called Say and Touch. So you have to think of a rhyming word and then touch that part of your body. So it's going like this. Say red and touch your head. Say sky and touch your, it has to be on your body, eye. Say bear and touch your hair. Say here, touch your ear. Say south and touch your mouth. Say rose and touch your nose. Say in and touch your chin. Say rest and touch your chest. Say farm and touch your arm. Say yummy and touch your tummy. Say bee and touch your knee. Say neat and touch your feet. Hopefully you can get yours up there too. All right, let's do it one more time. Say red and touch your head. Say sky and touch your eye. Say bear, touch your hair. Say here and touch your ear. Say south and touch your mouth. Say rose and touch your nose. Say in and touch your chin. Say rest and touch your chest. Say farm and touch your arm. Say yummy and touch your tummy. Say bee and touch your knee. Say neat and touch your feet. Good job, everybody. Okay, I have one more rhyme about seeds. I hope you planted some seeds at your house. We have some in our basement growing. In a milkweed cradle, snug and warm, baby seeds are hiding from harm. Open wide the cradle, hold it high. Come along, wind, and watch them fly. Where do the seeds go? They fly away, they fall on the ground, and what happens? They start to grow. In a milkweed cradle, snug and warm, baby seeds are hiding from harm. Open wide the cradle, hold it high. Come along, wind, and help them fly. Okay, we have a story about animals again. Did you notice I have some animals here today? My monkey, my sheep hiding down there, another little sheep, and then in the back we have unicorn. It's early in the morning. Guess what's happening? The alarm clock is ringing. Who is that? The rooster. This is by David Elliott. I see a farmer. He's up early too. The rooster crows and struts. He's got feathers, he's got guts. Oh, the rooster struts and crows. What's he thinking? No one knows. The cow makes milk standing grazing. Abracadabra, she's utterly amazing. The pony whinnies in the wind, kicks in his stall. He's as mighty as his cousin, just not as tall. He's not a real horse, is he? He's called a pony, so they're smaller. The dog sleeps with one eye open in the shady farmhouse yard. You might think he's keeping cool. Beware, he's keeping guard. The sheep began his woolly life as gentle as a lamb. Too bad he turned into a ram. Bam! The barn cat. Mice had better think twice. Look at the cat's eyes. And who's over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of mice. The goat eats everything from trash to trillium. Hey, look out, he'll knock you silly. When he's bad, we call him William. When he's good, he's just our Billy. And goats really do eat everything. The pig. Her tail is coy as a ringlet. In her eye there is a delicate sheen. Some look at her and see a sow. I see a beauty queen. The snake coils in the garden like a spring, or the wild and windy melody he hears but cannot sing. He really blends in with the plants, doesn't he? Same color. The bees tell their stories sweet and old. It begins in clover. It ends with gold. 'Cause we love honey. The bull knows what he likes, cows and corn, knows what he is, muscle and horn. The turtle lifts her fossil head and blinks 1, 2, 3 times in the awful light. In her house, it's always night. The duck quacks, the goose honks, the hen squawks. But the rabbit listens, 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 and doesn't make a sound. And that's what we're going to make today, is a bunny. So let's get our ears. Here's a little bunny with ears so funny. At the first sound he hears, he perks up his ears and he jumps into the hole in the ground. So right now we're going to sing Old MacDonald, just because I like that song. And we're going to use the cows, or all the animals from the book. So we're going to start with the rooster. Remember what he says first thing in the morning. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a rooster, E-I-E-I-O. With a cock-a-doodle here and a cock-a-doodle there. Here a cockle, there a cockle, everywhere a cockle, cockle. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Remember the next one? And on the farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo here and a moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo, moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a pony, E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh here and a neigh there. Here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh, neigh. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a roof, roof here and a roof, roof there. Here roof, there roof, everywhere roof, roof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a baa here and a baa there. Here a baa, there a baa, everywhere a baa, baa. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a cat, E-I-E-I-O. With a meow here and a meow there a meow. Everywhere a meow, meow. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had a goat, E-I-E-I-O. With a net here and a net there. Here a net, there a net, everywhere a net, net. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Last one. And on the farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. Give a good oink. With an oink, oink here and an oink, oink there. Here an oink, there an oink. Everywhere an oink, oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. But today we're going to make a rabbit. So that's our craft for today. So I am going to move my table over and we will get ready. Hopefully you've got your paper ready. You need paper, pipe cleaners, pom-pom, and a marker, and a glue stick. So here's my bunny here. She's my Easter bunny. And next week we are going to talk about Easter. So here's my little bunny with ears so funny. At the first sound he hears, he pricks up his ears and he jumps in his hole in the ground. So you have to make a bigger hole for this bunny. So first of all, we're going to start with his head. So get your paper, any kind of paper that's harder. I use cardstock, just because then you can staple and glue to it easier. So what shape should we do a bunny? He's got cheeks, he's got his head, another cheek, and his chin. There's my bunny's head. And then for his ears, like this. Does that look like your fingers? Yes, it is. So take your paper, like this, and you're going to lay your hand on top. Now, I folded mine in half so that I will get 2 hands, therefore 2 ears. So put your hand on your paper, get your marker or pencil, and we're going to draw around your hand. So we're going to do tummy thumb, Peter pointer, Toby Tall, Ruby Ring, and Baby Finger. So it looks like this. Get your scissors, and you're still going to keep it folded together. And once again, we're going to go around your fingers. So here we go around your thumb. Show this. Can you see it that way? And Toby Tall. And then the next one is where I wear my ring, so it's called Ruby Ring. And the little finger is called Baby Finger. And then we're just going to cut them apart like this. 2 hands. So get your glue stick. And we're going to give it a little glue and stick your hands on. 1, 2. Now mine are quite big, but yours won't hopefully look that big. Mine looks more like a chicken than a bunny. Okay, on the inside of the ear, I put a different color just for the inside of his ear. So I'm going to use pink again. Fold it in half just like you did your hand. And we're going to cut around. Two again. Voila. Oops. And we're going to glue it. I should have glued them inside this. All right, now we've got his ears. Now for his eyes, I just did a loop. You can do it any way you like. 2 eyes. And then for his mouth, we do a line down, and I'm making a very smiley bunny. Okay, like that. What he's missing is his twinkle little nose. Like that. I don't know if mine looks much like a bunny. Hopefully yours will. And last, we're going to do, for his whiskers coming out the side of his nose, we're going to cut off some lengths. And I have a stapler, which you might want to staple them on, or you can just glue them on each side. 1, 2, 3. You could even do 3 aside. And if you don't have pipe cleaners at home, even paper will work. Oh, it hasn't dried yet. And there's our bunny with ears so funny. At the first sound he hears, he perks up his ears and he jumps into his hole in the ground. You can just play around with him, make him any color you like, and he can get ready for Easter, which is coming very soon. Okay, we have time for one more story. Oops, sorry, bunny. And this is a funny one. It's called A Piglet Named Mercy. He looks happy, right? Does he look like he's in a barn? No, and we're going to find out why. A Piglet Named Mercy by Kate DeCameo. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson lived in a house on Deckawoo Drive. Deckawoo Drive was an ordinary street in an ordinary town. And Mr. and Mrs. Watson were just ordinary people who did ordinary things in ordinary ways. One day, Mrs. Watson said to Mr. Watson, "I wonder if we aren't just the teeniest bit too predictable." "Predictable? Us?" said Mr. Watson. "Surely not." "Oh, it's just that sometimes I wish that something different would happen," said Mrs. Watson. "Things are just fine as they are," said Mr. Watson. But then something different did happen. Sign says, "Caution pigs. Molson's pig transport." Do you think the truck hit a bump? Or do you think it has a flat tire and threw a little piglet off? Someone very small, you have to look very close, and not all ordinary at all, found her way to the Watsons' house on Deckawoo Drive. Mr. Watson made the discovery when he opened the door for the morning paper. "Mrs. Watson," he called, "come see." "Oh, the little dear," said Mrs. Watson. "Oink," said the piglet. "I think she's hungry," said Mrs. Watson. "Is that a pig?" said Eugenia Lincoln. Eugenia Lincoln lived next door. She did not approve of surprises or pigs. "It is," said Mrs. Watson. "Can you believe our luck?" "Don't be ridiculous," said Eugenia Lincoln. "A pig is not lucky at all." "Do you think perhaps the piglet would like a bottle of warm milk?" said Baby Lincoln. Baby was Eugenia's younger sister, and she was fond of surprises and piglets. Mr. Watson scratched his head. A bottle of milk? I don't know. This is all so unpredictable. "Leave it to me," said Baby Lincoln. "Oink," said the piglet again. Mrs. Watson picked up the piglet and took her inside. She wrapped her in a blanket. Have you ever seen anyone so darling, she said. Never, said Mr. Watson. Here's the warm milk, said baby Lincoln. I have it right here. Eugenia said, this is absurd. The piglet did not think it was absurd at all. She drank the entire bottle, and then she burped. Burp. And oink, oink, and went looking for more. Oh my goodness, said Mr. Watson. Watch out, said Eugenia. She seems to like toast very much, said baby. Oh, the darling, darling thing, said Mrs. Watson. Mr. Watson, said Mrs. Watson, perhaps you would like to hold her for a bit. Certainly, said Mr. Watson. He took the piglet in his arms. He rocked her. He hummed. How extraordinary, said Mr. Watson. She's a porcine wonder. This piglet is a wish come mercy, she is, said baby. There you go, said Mr. Watson. We will call her Mercy. She is not a mercy, said Eugenia. She is a pig. Oink, oink, said the piglet. You cannot name a pig Mercy, shouted Eugenia. But they did name her Mercy. She was entirely unpredictable. She was not ordinary, and she was very, very loved. The end. That was a good story. Well, it's time for us to say goodbye, so I'm going to make some room, and we're going to stand up, and we're going to do head and shoulders, and then we will sing goodbye. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes, head and shoulders, knees and toes, eyes, ears, mouth and nose. Do it again. This time we wave our hands. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes, head and shoulders, knees and toes. Wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye, you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Hopefully we'll see you next Thursday, and we will be talking about Easter. Have a good